All right, you've got your metal detector now. There's a few key things I think everybody needs one of. One of them is a pinpointer. You really need a pinpointer. It's going to save you a ton of time, a lot of heartache, and your holes are going to get smaller and better. You need a pinpointer. Trust me on this. Second thing, good digging tool of some kind. If a small shovel won't work for you, then make nice hand trowels. You need a digging tool. And last but not least, you don't need nothing this elaborate. This is my bag. I keep cameras and a whole lot of other things. You need a good digging bag, a place to keep your finds, a place to put your trash. Join me again for Beginner's Corner. Let's talk a little bit about coil selection. Now, no matter what you're swinging, you know, all these come with a little different coil from the factory. They're set up a little different for a different purpose, but this is called a concentric coil. This is a great coil, all-purpose coil, super good at distinguishing bottle caps. So this one's really good if you do a lot of park hunting. You get the larger double D coils. You see why they call it a double D. That's a D there and a D there. It's just more or less about the shape. It makes more of a knife blade in the ground. That one makes more of a cone shape down in the ground. So all these coils have different purposes, and usually the larger the coil, the better in less trash areas. You won't really open. This is better for getting deeper, and the smaller coils are better for getting in the iron. Most all modern metal detectors are motion detectors. Now your pinpointers, they're static, and when you use your pinpoint feature on your machines, it's static, which means it'll pick up the coin without it being in motion. But anytime you're in operation mode, almost all modern metal detectors, you have to have the coil in motion. It's not moving, it's not detecting. Has to be moving. It's quite common nowadays for companies to, if you buy a metal detector, a lot of times they either come with an 8-inch concentric coil, and a lot of different manufacturers put an 11-inch round or an 11-inch, 10, 11-inch double D coil, this is a double D coil right here. And you know, and sometimes when you get that, it's great at general purpose. Most of the time the manufacturers do a good job of getting you ready for about everything you face, but there are going to be times when you're going to need to look into buying a smaller coil, because you're going to get into iron laden, trash laden areas that you're just going to need something smaller that works better between all those targets run together. All right, y'all join me again next time. All right, you've located your target. Let's talk about pinpointing. Right there is my target. It's about six inches down. And I can tell it's pretty out in the open with this machine. There's no iron around it. So I'm going to move off to the side. There's a pinpoint feature on this machine right here. I'm going to move off to the side of my target, mash the pinpoint feature. I'm going to turn on it. And right where the little cap is where my coin is. It takes some time to learn pinpointing. I'm going to show you in the next video how to pinpoint if you don't have the pinpoint built in. A lot of the cheaper units that you buy out there does not have the pinpoint button or trigger, whatever you may have on your machine. But that's the basic process. Hope that. This old beer can right here on the ground right there gives me a really good opportunity to share something else with you. When you're in parks or out in the woods or anywhere you go, you're going to get a really good tone out of those. How do you know when they're under the ground that it's a beer can? Well, if you can raise that thing up, look how high I am. It's still picking it up. Now watch this coin. I got a penny right there. About half as high, and it stopped. So I'm about a foot off the ground, 10 inches. So as soon as I pass that 9/10 inch threshold, that coin goes away. But that's still there. Up to, oh wow, probably 3 feet. So remember that too. That'll help you a lot. And you won't have to dig so much of those big cans in park situations. Now, if you're out relic hunting, you're going to want to dig it all, man. Anything over iron, you're going to want to dig. The machine I'm using right now is a Bounty Hunter Discovery 2200. It does not have a pinpoint feature. I'm going to show you how to pinpoint on a machine that doesn't have a pinpoint feature. This is a 6-inch penny. This is kind of the regular sweep I'd be using, you know, just sweeping across it. And when I hear it, I want to shorten my sweep. And right under my coil, right in the center, is going to be that 6-inch. Oh, it's small. It's going to be colored like the ground too. This is where if you didn't have a pinpointer, you'd be pulling your hair out. I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Another 22 shot. Dealing with your sensitivity on any machine really, this one included. You notice I was having a little interference earlier when I was showing you some of the other things. Well, if you put your phone in airplane mode, you can crank this thing all the way up, and no matter how close I get, and that could be part of a problem if you're out there your first day and this thing's just beeping all the time. I don't know what's going on. First, try lowering your sensitivity. If that doesn't help, check and see if your cell phone's in airplane mode.